Let us pray. Almighty God, in your wisdom and goodness, have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Good afternoon, members. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Proceed.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Proceed.
Order number 3, messages.
Proceed.
Order number 4, petitions.
Proceed.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable members, under this order number, we have one business to be transacted by the Honorable Mark Mwendo, the Majority Leader. Honorable Mark Mwendo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, the 10th day of November, 2020. Report of Committee on Appointment on Approval Hearings for Appointment to the position of County Attorney. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mark Mwendo. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 6, notice of motion.
Honorable members, under this order number, we also have one business to be transacted by Honorable Mark Mwendo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Notice of motion. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 235 of the Constitution, Section 8, Subarticle 1A of the County Government Act number 17 of 2012 provides that the County Assembly shall fit and approve nominees for the appointment to county public offices as may be provided for the Act or another law. Aware that Section 5, Subarticle 1 of the Office of the County Attorney Act 2020 requires that the County Assembly is appointed, the attorney is appointed by the Governor with approval of the County Assembly. Concerned that Section 58, Subarticle 1A and B of the County Government Act number 17 of 2012, the County Secretary and Head of Public Service forwarded to the Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly notification on nomination of Mr. James Musango Kadhili, FAD letter reference GMC /2/CS/CA volume 5/44 dated 7th July 2020 and received on 17th July 2020 for consideration and subsequent approval by the County Assembly for appointment as the County Attorney. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that this House discusses and approves the report of the Committee on Appointments on approval hearing for the appointment to the position of the County Attorney. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mark Mwendo. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 7, statements.
Proceed, please.
Order number 8, procedural motion.
Honorable members, under this order number, we have one procedural motion to be moved by Honorable Mark Mwendo. Leader of Majority.
Thank you once again, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 185, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution first the legislative authority with the County Assembly, noting that the Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020 Kenya Gazettement Supplement number 8, Machakos County Bill number 5, was published on 28 October 2020, and aware that Standing Order number 116 requires that a bill on a publication should be allowed in the House after end of 14 days, aware that 14 days will lapse on 11th November 2020, and the bill can be introduced in the House at the earliest on 12th November 2020. Aware that the bill is urgent as it is one of the requirements by development partners to release climate fund grants. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move that, the motion that this House shortens the time for introduction of the Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020, Kenya Gazettement Supplement number 8, Machakos County Bill number 5, from 14 days as stated in the Standing Order number 116 to 12 days to ensure the bill is approved in time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. You need to get a seconder.
Yeah, on this matter, Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I request the Minority Leader, Honorable Kamitu from Tala Ward, to second.
Honorable Alex Kamitu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I stand here to second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. This is a procedural motion which seeks to shorten the days in view of the urgency of the bill, and therefore, being a procedural motion, there is, I think, the timelines are be given there, and there should be no need for us to look at it more unless there is anybody who really has an issue to it. I wish to propose that this House shortens the time for introduction of the Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 8, Machakos County Bill number 5, from 14 days as stated in Standing Order 116 to 12 days to ensure the bill is approved in time. Do you have anybody who has a comment on the same before I put Honorable Judas Ndawa?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Judas Ndawa, representing the great people of Matu. I want to second or to support the motion by Honorable Majority Leader, bearing in mind that the funds cannot be released unless we have approved this. So because of that, I humbly request my colleagues to agree with the motion and pass it with the shortest time possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else a comment on the same? Honorable Angela Munyasia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Angela Munyasia, nominated by Wiper Democratic Movement. I stand to support the motion that the time be shortened, given the grievance of the matter and the urgency as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House shortens the time for introduction of the Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 8, Machakos County Bill number 5, from 14 days, as stated in the Standing Order 116, to 12 days to ensure the bill is approved in time. As many as other opinions say ayes, as many as of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 9, the Machakos County Climate Change Bill.
Honorable members, the Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020, Machakos County Bill number 5 of 2020 first reading. Mr. Clerk, you may read the first read. You may do the reading, please.
The Machakos County Climate Change Bill 2020.
Thank you. This bill is committed to the Committee on Environment, Energy, Lands, and Natural Resources to look at the bill and be able to process it so that it can move on to the next stage with the second reading. So the bill is committed to the Committee on Environment, Energy, Lands, Natural Resources. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 10. Motion approval of report on the ongoing construction of county government buildings.
Honorable members, this order, under this order number, is supposed to be read by Honorable Daniel Mbevi, the chairperson, Transport, Roads, Public Works Committee, or a member of the committee. And I'm made to understand Honorable Cosmas Masesi will be reading the report. So this report, the motion had been moved in the previous sitting, and the question was proposed and seconded. I therefore would want to request that he is going to be able to read the report, and then after he reads the report, we will be able to continue with the debate. Before we come to that, can I request the House if we can move on to first of all do order number 11, which is the approval of report on approval hearings for the appointment to the position of County Attorney, and then, if possible, after we finish with that, we can be able to come back to Honorable Cosmas Masesi to read the report on transport. So, Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 11. Motion approval of report on approval hearings for appointment to the position of county attorney.
Honorable members, under this order number, we have one business to transact, and this is going to be moved by the Honorable Mark Kimandi Mwendo, the Majority Leader and member of Committee on Appointments. Honorable Kimandi.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is a good afternoon. That name is good, and Alexander is also here. Kamitu, it's not Alexander, and also other names which are known. But I'm so happy anyway to read this report, which members have been waiting. This is a report on Committee on Appointment. Report of the Committee on Appointment on approval hearing for appointment to the position of County Attorney. Members, you know, nowadays we have Attorney Generals under the new Act, and my committee, we received the name from His Excellency Governor, and we embarked on it. But first of all, I'll read the report. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Appointment. Sorry, just for that technical.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for that guidance from the Secretariat. I'm supposed first to read the motion, and then I'll be given okay maybe to go ahead. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 235 of the Constitution, Section 8, 1A of the County Governments Act number 17 of 2012 provides that the County Assembly shall elect and approve nominees for appointment to county public offices, as may be provided for in the Act or any other law. Aware that Section 5, Article 1 of the Office of the County Attorney Act 2020 requires that the County Attorney is appointed by the Governor with approval of the County Assembly. Concerned that Section 58, Article 1A and B of the County Governments Act number 17 of the 2012, the County Secretary and the Head of Public Service forwarded to the Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly notification on nomination of Mr. James Musango Kadhili, third letter reference number GMC/2/CS/CA, volume 4/44, dated 7th July 2020, and received on 17th July 2020 for consideration and a subsequent approval by the County Assembly for appointment as the County Attorney. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this House discusses and approves the report of the Committee on Appointment on approval hearing for the appointment of the position of the County Attorney. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, you need a seconder, please.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I would like Honorable Alex Kamitu to second the motion.
Honorable Alex Kamitu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I also once again stand to support the motion. Thank you.
Honorable Mark Mwendo, you may read the report, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Appointment, that is 1.1, executive summary. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Appointment is established pursuant to Machakos County Assembly Standing Order number 184, Sabbatical 1, which provides that there shall be a committee on appointment consisting of the Speaker, the Chairperson, the Leader of Majority Party, the Leader of Minority Party, and not more than 3 other members nominated by the House Business Committee on the basis of proportional party membership in the Assembly, taking into consideration the numerical strength of the parties and interests of independent members. Honorable Speaker, the committee comprises the following members: Honorable Florence Muoti Mwangangi, Speaker, Chairperson; Honorable Mark Kimandi Mwendo, Leader of the Majority Party; Honorable Alex Kamitu; Honorable Alex Peter Kamitu, Leader of the Minority Leader; Honorable John Brian Kioko Kisila, Member; Honorable Moses Mita, Member; and Honorable Winifred Sionende Mutwa, Member. 1.2, Messenger for the Office of the County Secretary, Machakos County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section number 5, Section 5 of the Office of the County Attorney, Act number 14 of 2020, the County Secretary and the Head of Public Service forwarded to the Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly notification or nomination of some James Musango Kadhili for the letter reference GMC GMZO/2/CS/CS volume 4/44, dated 7th July 2020 and received on 17th July. July 2020 for consideration and subsequent approval by the County Assembly for appointment as the County Attorney. 1.3, committal to the Committee on Appointment. Honorable Speaker, in a sitting of the Assembly held on 21st July 2020, the Honorable Speaker communicated to the House the message from the County Secretary, the notification on the nomination of Mr. James Musango Kadhili, pursuant to Standing Order number 42, Sabbatical 1, the matter was committed to the Committee on Appointment on the same day. The committee was directed to report to the House within 21 sitting days in accordance with the Section 9, Sabbatical 1 of the Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act 2017. Honorable Speaker, committee recommendation. Honorable Speaker, the assessment of the nominee was guided by Section 5 of the Office of the County Attorney Act 2020 and Section 7, 8, 9, and 10, and the assessment form set out in the second schedule of the Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act 2017. The committee set the pass mark for assessment at 75%. From the above, the nominee, Mr. James Musango Kadhili, having scored 93.6%, is therefore recommended recommended for appointment in the position of the county attorney. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. I think the rest of the report is there for you to be able to go through in the event that you need to do, but that is the summary of what the executive summary of what the committee did in as far as that is concerned with the recommendation of the committee. I therefore now propose the question that this House discusses and approves. This House discusses and approves the report on the appointment. Just a minute, I think I have been given the wrong papers here. Let me just read. This, it's not here. I now propose that this House discusses and approves the report on Committee on Appointments on approval hearings for appointment to the position of County Attorney. Honorable members, you may debate on this report. Honorable Jacqueline Nziva.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members present. I'm Jacqueline Nziva, member representing the people of Ikombe Ward and the minority chief whip in this county assembly. I wish to thank the office of the speaker and that of the clerk for considering this report, and I also thank the committee on appointment for considering the report from the governor. I also want to wish to thank His Excellency the Governor for being the first governor to implement county general officer, because the act was just the act just came in this year 2020. So I believe it's the first governor to implement on the same, if members will pass, because I believe the members will adapt the report. And wish to assure members that James Kadhili is up to the task. He's a man I know because he's my immediate neighbor at home. He's a man I know, and he is up to the task. He has been very privy to matters legal, because he has been a county legal officer in the county government of Machakos. So I believe going to the office of the Attorney General will do his best, and I pray that members will adapt the report. And thank you, members, and may God bless this county of Machakos. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Titus Kaloki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Honorable Titus Kaloki, member of County Assembly representing the people of Kangundo West Ward. Mr. Speaker, I stand here to support the report that has been presented before this House by the Committee on Appointment. I find the report quite good and timely, considering that a county attorney is a very powerful position, and county governments, as directed by the President, are very weighty legal issues which requires the attention of such a senior position. And I find Mr. Kadhili, who has previously served diligently as the county chief officer in charge of legal services, to be suitable, competent, and being the right person to hold that position. And I urge my fellow members of this House to support the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Judas Ndawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I first of all want to request the chair or the speaker that whenever because when we are giving members time to speak, you call us by names. So the issue of introducing ourselves again, that is repetition, and we must go by.
Honorable Judas Ndawa, just for guidelines.
Yeah.
That the purpose of you identifying yourself is not for the purpose of the members here, it's for the purpose of the answered report, which needs to be able to pick the person who is speaking, and also for purposes of those in the public who are following up. Because when I call your name, Honorable Judas Ndawa, then you stand up, you repeat that again. First of all, it's for emphasis, so that anybody not hear your name, they can hear you. And secondly, for the answered to be able to record that accordingly. So it's not a repetition, it's a tradition of the House. Go ahead, Honorable Judas.
Thank you for that guidance. I was just watching the National Assembly last week, but I could see them not introducing themselves once again. Mr. Speaker, I want to support the committee or the report brought by our most able majority leader, who has represented the chairperson of that appointment committee. The report is very elaborate, it is self-explanatory, and I want to thank them for agreeing to pass that particular officer to serve the county. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, that gentleman has been sitting in that law office, and he has been sitting there without the approval of the House. And if he used to perform when he was not approved, I strongly believe that once we approve him, he's going to do even more better than he used to do. So, Mr. Speaker, I kindly request the Honorable House to agree with the report that has been brought and pass that particular officer to start working as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Betty Nzioki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Betty Nzioki, representing the great people of Masi. Mr. Speaker, I stand to congratulate our able majority leader, Mheshimiwa Mark Kimandi Mwendo, for giving us a brief and elaborate report. Honorable Speaker, I am 100% sure with this Honorable House that we are going to pass this report. It is now up to the task to the Anthony to take up the mantle and to do his roles and responsibility in this county. So, Mr. Speaker, I stand and support it fully, because I can say that there is not a lot that we can debate on, because it is elaborate, and I think our able committee, they did to their level best that they can give us and prove to us that is the best candidate that can serve the people of Machakos County. So it is up to him now to take up the mantle and do what it's expected for him to do. So I stand and fully support the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Moses Mita.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Moses Mita, representing Kangundo Central Ward people and a member of this committee. Honorable Speaker, mine is again to thank my colleagues for walking this journey together and coming up with a very elaborative report on the County Attorney General office, Mr. Speaker. During the interview, Honorable Speaker, James Musango Kathili, we went through his records, and Honorable Speaker, as a committee, we were satisfied. You have seen the scores. He has attained average of 93.6%, which is way above the setup mark, Honorable Speaker. And that tells you that he has all the qualifications which that office desires. Honorable Speaker, one thing I'm happy about is the way the law has been set. This office will enjoy tenure for service, and it will be very independent, Honorable Speaker. And James assured the committee that once His Excellency the Governor approves his appointment, he'll serve this county diligently, Honorable Speaker, and to the best interest he can have to serve his own community.
So, Honorable Speaker, I would request the executive side, once we recommend, or else once we pass this report, they act immediately, so that if there is any pending matter, legal matter, which this office can embark on, we concentrate on it without wastage of time. So, Honorable Speaker, I urge my colleagues as a member of Appointments Committee to accept this report as it is and pass it. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Cosmas Masesi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Cosmas Masesi, Matungulu Steward, representative to this county assembly. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to appreciate and applaud the report by the appointment committee, led by our head board chair, Madam Speaker, who is not with us today. Majority leader has given us the shell of the report. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree the report, bearing in mind that we have been having several reports whereby we have seen legal fees at a higher level. In fact, there was a time I remember we had like 80 million spent on legal fees. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm sure that the appointment of Mr. Kathili will see us reduce the costs in terms of the legal fees in representing the both the county government of Machakos in all legal matters. Mr. Speaker, we have a case in finance committee whereby the county government lost in terms of, it was a case touching revenue matters. And I don't think that we were well represented. And with this position in place, I want to believe all our matters will be taken care of, and make sure that, Mr. Speaker, we make use of all our resources in terms of making sure that, Mr. Speaker, we gain the set target in terms of local revenue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Can you show me the outside chamber? Is there anybody who would like to comment on the outside chamber on this issue? Then may I request the move of the motion to respond, please?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me first thank the members and also the committee which did this, which said and interviewed the candidate. Let me say, we have seen James Musango, his papers, and James Musango is the right person in that job. I would like to congratulate him because when, during the interview, he showed that he is not going to be supporting any side. He promised us to be independent. And also, as Honorable Masesa said, the cost of law cases in the courts is becoming very expensive for the counties. And this act which came 2020, it is therefore going to save a lot of money from some of the lawyers who overcharge, and also advisory. The attorney general, the attorney will be advising the governor and the executive on the issues of revenue. Sometimes, you know, we set the target and then the public goes to court. So I think now we are not going to have any of those cases going on through lawyers for hire, since we have our attorney general. Therefore, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thank the members for supporting the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Mark Mwendo. I now put the question that this House discusses and approves the report of Committee on Appointments on Approval Hearings for the appointment to the position of County Attorney. As many as are that opinion say ayes. Ayes. On the outside chamber, as many as are that opinion say ayes. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 10, motion, approval of report on the ongoing construction of county government buildings.
Honorable members, as I had earlier said, that this motion is going to be, the report is going to be read by Honorable Cosmas Masesi. During the last sitting, the motion was moved and question proposed. Motion was moved and seconded and a question proposed when the chair was here. And today what we need to do is to read the report and invite members to continue the debate. So Honorable Cosmas Masesi, you may go ahead and read the report on the approval of report on the ongoing construction of the county government buildings. Honorable Masesi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I'm Honorable Cosmas Masisi, member of the Transport, Roads, Public Works Committee, and I will be holding briefs to our chairman, Honorable Daniel Mbevi. Mr. Speaker, in front of us is a report of the Transport, Roads, Public Works and Housing Committee on the status of ongoing construction of county government buildings. Mr. Speaker, Standing Order number 190, this is the previous. Standing Order number 195 provides for functions of sectoral committees, which among them include to investigate, inquire into, and report on all matters relating to the mandate, management, activities, administration, operations, and estimates of the assigned departments. In line with this mandate, the committee embarked on an exercise of establishing the status of the ongoing status on the ground pertaining to the ongoing construction of county buildings being implemented by the Department of Public Works. Honorable Speaker, the committee sought to establish the following. Number one, monies allocated to the Department of Public Works in the financial year 2019-2020 budget and how it was spent. Number two, how the department intends to spend monies allocated for building in the financial year 2020-2021. Number three, the status in percentage of completion of each building and expected date of completion. Number four, Mr. Speaker, payments made to the contractors. Number five, the location and intended use of each building facility. Lastly, number six, Mr. Speaker, benefits of projects to the county government. 1.2, mandate of the committee. Honorable Speaker, the second schedule of the Machakos County Assembly Standing Orders provide the mandate of Transport and Public Works Committee include all matters related to county transport, including county roads, housing, street lighting, traffic and parking, public transport and various arbors, excluding the regulation of international and national shipping and matters related thereto, county public works and services. Mr. Speaker, number 1.3, committee composition. Honorable Speaker, the committee comprises of the following members: Honorable Daniel Mbovi, Chairperson; Honorable Eileen Bivia, Vice Chairperson; Honorable Caleb Mule, Member; Honorable Cosmas Masesi, Member; Honorable John Musimi, Member; Honorable Margaret Mbidi, Member; Honorable Patrick Ituku, Member; Honorable Polly Monguti, Member; Honorable Grace Mutuo, Member; Honorable Margaret Ndalana, Member; Honorable Talik Mulate, Member; Honorable Justus Kitengu, Member; and lastly, Honorable Winfred Mutua, Member. 2.0 Legal Framework. Honorable Speaker, Article number 183.3 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that the County Executive Committee shall provide the County Assembly with full and regular reports on all matters relating to the county. Further, Article 185.3 of the Constitution provides that the County Assembly, while respecting the principle of separation of powers, may exercise oversight over the County Executive Committee and any other county executive organs. Section 18 of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act provides that the County Assembly or its committees may invite or summon any person to appear before it for the purpose of giving evidence or providing information, paper, book, record, all documents in the possession, all under the control of that person. In this respect, the County Assembly and its committees shall have the same powers as the High Court as specified under Article 195 of the Constitution of Kenya. 3.0, status of ongoing construction of county government buildings. 3.1, inquiry on the status of the projects. Honorable Speaker, the County Department of Public Works and Housing is mandated to provide technical services in construction and maintenance of buildings to the county departments and other public bodies, and also mobilizing resources and build capacity for technical staff. Honorable Speaker, to accomplish its task, the committee requested for information from the department on the ongoing construction of county government's building with a view of ascertaining their current status. The committee also conducted site visits to some of these projects on 30th September 2020 in an effort to confirm the current status of the projects. Further, the committee held a meeting with the Chief Officer, Department of Public Works on 28 September 2020 on the same agenda. The committee has inquired into status of 18 projects of county government buildings where it was able to find out how much was paid in the financial year 2019-2020, how much is to be paid in the financial year 2020-2021, and the level of completion. The committee made the following observations on the status of these projects. 3.11, County Office Machakos, that is the Governor's Office. Honorable Speaker, this building is located in the proposed new city, and the contractor for the project is Tepal Builders. The contract sum for the project is Kenya shillings 353,042,695 shillings 88 cents. The amount paid in the financial year 2019-2020 was Kenya shillings 196,511,733 shillings. The projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 20,010,000 cents. The project commenced on 5th April 2018 and is expected to be completed in October 2020. The completion status is at 80%. The committee observed that the west wing is complete and the east wing is at the finishing stage. 3.1.2, Cabro Works at County Office Machakos, that is Governor's Office. Honorable Speaker, this project is being done at the Machakos County offices. The contractor for the project is Tepal Builders, and the contract sum for the project is Kenya shillings 64,149,459 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, the contractor was paid Kenya shillings 27,640,699 shillings. The projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is 30 million. The commencement date of the project was 26 June 2019, and the expected completion date is October 2020. The works are ongoing at 83% complete. This project includes external laying of cable works, drainage channels, curbstones, and road marking. 3.1.3, landscaping works at the County Office Machakos, that is the Governor's Office. Honorable Speaker, the landscaping works are to be done at the Machakos County offices. The contractor for the project is Tepal Builders, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 36,613,764 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 7,059,364 shillings was paid for the project. The projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is the balance of the project amount of Kenya shillings 29,554,400 shillings. The project commenced in June 2019, and the date of completion is October 2020. Currently, the completion status is at 89%, and the works are ongoing. 3.14, boundary wall at County Office Machakos, that is the Governor's Office. Honorable Speaker, the boundary wall is to be constructed around the Machakos County offices. The contractor is Tepal Builders, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 73,719,612 shillings 40 cents. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 5,361,600 shillings was paid to the project. The projected allocation for financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 8,080,006 shillings 68 cents. The project entails columns, masonry walling and metal grills. The commencement date for the project was June 2019 and the completion date is October 2020. The project is currently ongoing and is at 89% completion. 3.1.5 Machakos Conference Facility. Honorable Speaker, this facility is located at the Machakos People's Park. The contractor for the project is Koto Housing, Kenya, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 74,170,816 shillings 44 cents. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 11,830,059 shillings was paid to the contractor, and the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 28,379,841 shillings 62 cents. The other amount was paid in the financial year 2018-2019. The project description includes a 50 meters long by 30 meters wide conference hall, the backstage, VIP entrance, holding rooms and washrooms on its wings. The construction of this facility commenced on March 2018 and was expected to be completed in September 2020. At the time of the site visit, the completion status was at 95% completion. 3.1.6 Count Office Matu. Honorable Speaker, this building is located in Matu Ward, Yatta Sub-County, and is complete. The contractor for the facility was Danex Engineering, and the contract sum was Kenya shillings 53,089,670 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, the contractor was not paid an amount, but in the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021, the contractor will be paid 6,900,025 shillings. Since the other amounts in the previous financial years, since other amounts were paid in the previous financial years. This project commenced in September 2017 and the project is complete, Mr. Speaker. 3.1.7 External Works, that is landscaping at Matu County offices. Honorable Speaker, the external works are to be done at the Matu County offices. The contractor's name is Wellscon Limited, with the contract sum being Kenya shillings 9,866,989 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, no money was paid to this project, and the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 9,866,989 shillings, which is the whole amount. This project started in July 2019 and is to be completed in October 2020. The completion status of the landscaping works is at 50%. 3.1.8 Guest houses in Matu. Honorable Speaker, these houses are located in Matu Ward. The contractor is Summit Builders and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 12,545,782 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, the contractor was paid Kenya shillings 7,521,202 shillings 20 cents, and the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 5,024,579 shillings 80 cents, which is the remaining amount. This project commenced in June 2019 and was expected to be completed in October 2020. The current completion status is at 60%. The project comprises of 7 studio apartments. 3.1.9 Boundary Wall Matu. Honorable Speaker, the boundary wall is being constructed around the Matu County offices. The contractor is Summit Builders, and the total contract sum for this project is Kenya shillings 29,506,630 shillings. No money was paid to this project in the financial year 2019-2020. The projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 347,440 shillings at 8 cents, which is the balance amount payment, having been paid in the financial year 2018 2019.
I believe that is 347,440.
347,440 shillings 88 cents, which is the balance amount payment having been paid in the financial year 2018-2019. The commencement date for this project was March 2017 and is expected to be complete in October 2020. This project is at 95% completion. 3.1.10 washrooms, Matu. Honorable Speaker, these washrooms are being constructed at Matu County offices. The contractor for these projects is Sparta Agencies, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 2,877,150 shillings. The projected allocation for this financial year is Kenya shillings 2,877,150 shillings, which is the contract sum. This project started in July 2020 and is to be complete by October 2020. The overall progress of the project is at 48% completion. 3.1.11 Commercial Development, Mixed Use. Honorable Speaker, this project is located in the proposed new city around the Machakos People's Park area. The contractor for this project is Samba Limited, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 55,495,943 shillings 92 cents. This project commenced in April 2018 but stalled at 10%. As at the time of the site visit, the committee noted that the contractor had abandoned site. The committee was informed that the termination process is ongoing and no money was ever paid out to this project. This project comprised of 250 meters long blocks with walkway between them. 250 meter long blocks with walkway between them. Lettable spaces with washrooms on each block. 3.1.12 Community Recreation Center. Honorable Speaker, this facility is located at the proposed new city around the Machakos People's Park. The contractor is Island Homes Developers Limited, and the total contract sum is Kenya shillings 55,435,741 shillings. No money was paid to this project in the financial year 2019-2020. In the current financial, the projected allocation is 15 million. The construction of this facility commenced in April 2018, and the date of completion date is June 2021. The current completion status is at 6.5%, with it being at the substructure level. This project comprised of public toilets, cyber caves, and a restaurant 1 and 2, and an administration area. 3.1.13 Public Facility. Honorable Speaker, this facility is located at the proposed new city next to the Recreation Center. The contractor for this facility is Triospan, and the total contract sum is Kenya shillings 37,585,666 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 3,256,701 shillings was paid to this project, and the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 11,308,806 shillings. The commencement date for this facility was April 2018 and is to be complete in June 2021. The general completion status is at 40%. This project comprises of a swimming pool, changing rooms, toilet, changing rooms, artificial public beach, mini amphitheater, and landscaping. 3.1.14 Office Block 12-Story 1. Honorable Speaker, this project is also located in the proposed new city. The contractor is Africoast, and the total contract sum is Kenya shillings 399,999,999 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 37,119,210 shillings was paid to this project, and the projected allocation in the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 70 million. This project commenced in April 2018, and the completion date is September 2021. The current completion status is 30% generally. At the time of the site visit, no work was ongoing and the project had stalled. A reinforced concrete frame at 5th floor, and the building is supposed to have 12 floors. 3.1.15 office block, 12-story, 2. Honorable Speaker, this project is also located in the proposed new site. The contractor's name is QS Files. The total contract sum for this project is Kenya shillings 394,999,999 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, no money was paid to this project, but the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 40 million. This project commenced in April 2018 and is expected completion in September 2021. The building stood at 10% completion level, with it being at the substructure level, Mr. Speaker. 3.1.16 Cabro Making Factory. Honorable Speaker, this factory is located next to NTSA offices on the way to Machakos People's Park. The contractor for this project is Tepal Builders, and the total contract sum is Kenya shillings 19,270,280 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, Kenya shillings 6,785,647 shillings was paid to the contractor, and the projected allocation for the financial year 2020-2021 is Kenya shillings 12,484,633 shillings. The project comprises of offices, perimeter wall, cabro works, main manufacturing shed, drying shed, and public washrooms. This project commenced in July 2019, and the project to be completed in October 2020. At the time of the site visit, work was ongoing. The equipment for the operation of the plant was being assembled, and the completion status was at 75%. 3.1.17 Office block at the Department of Transport, Roads, and Public Works. Honorable Speaker, this project is located at the current offices of the Transport, Roads, and Public Works Department. The contractor for this project is Summit Builders, and the contract sum is Kenya shillings 21,984,476 shillings. In the financial year 2019-2020, no money was paid to this project. In the financial year 2020-2021, the project allocation is Kenya shillings 21,984,476 shillings. The commencement date for this project was April 2014, but the first contract was terminated since the contractor was not able to perform, and it was again awarded to the current contractor in 2019. The completion date for this project is November 2020. At the time of the site visit, the completion status was 60% complete. 3.2 Intended Use and Benefits. Honorable Speaker, the committee engaged the Department of Public Works on the intended use of the projects and the benefits they will accrue to the county. The department provided the following as the use and the benefits of the various projects. 3.2.1 Commercial Department, Public Facility Area, Community Recreational Center, and the Conference Facility. Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that the county government had an ambitious plan to uplift the face of the county through envisioned Machakos new city, which is proposed to be adjacent to Machakos town. To be able to actualize this, these 4 projects are located in the same area as pilot programs around the park, that is the new city. The building will all work together to provide supportive facilities to the existing park. The benefits include 1, providing display areas to showcase our heritage as a county, which will attract tourists and provide revenue to the county. 2, providing gathering places for families and social groups as well as residents of all ages and economic status, regardless of their ability to pay for access. 3, providing great spaces for events and for people to engage in recreational activities, e.g., picnic, concerts, weddings, and various indoor events, that is in the conference facility. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, these facilities will increase business in the county by attracting investors to the county, e.g. home buyers, and increase property value. 3.2.2 Cabro Making Plant. Honorable Speaker, the common mandate for the County Department of Transport, Roads and Public Works is to develop and maintain sustainable transport and infrastructure facilities. The main benefit is that the Cabro Making Plant will ensure sustainable and cheap construction of the county roads, since most of the materials used to produce the cabros can be found locally within the county. The typical areas of use would be driveways, pavement around our markets, hospital grounds, town centers. Areas of use would be driveways, town centers and pedestrian precincts, and more commonly in roads servicing in and out of towns. Honorable Speaker, cabro blocks are more beneficial over other materials in that individual blocks can later be lifted and replaced. In addition to cabro production, the plant is also expected to produce culverts, IBDs, road channels, paving blocks, all which are essential in construction of access roads in villages in the county. This plant was expected to be commissioned in September 2020, but due to lack of funds, the project is not yet complete. 3.2.3 Matu Office Block. Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that the office block at Matu is mainly aimed at enhancing accessible service delivery to residents at the sub-county level. In practice, this office is being completed to become an administrative/operational office, occasionally providing to visiting state guests and reception on national level. The residents of the surrounding Masinga and the other sub-counties will not have to travel to Machakos sub-county to access government services. 3.2.4 Machakos County Office, that is Governor's Office, and Office Block at the Transport, Roads and Public Works Department. Honorable Speaker, staff productivity is determined by various key environmental and social work environment considerations, i.e., actual office space, parking space, access to local amenities, etc. These offices will provide conducive work spaces and environment for employees of the county government. This will in turn enhance productivity and service delivery to the residents of Machakos County. For instance, the Department of Transport, Roads and Public Works has over 25 key personnel stationed in Machakos sub-county who have no office space and thus work under congested spaces. 4.0 Committee Observations. Honorable Speaker, the committee made the following observations. 1. The department required a total of Kenya shilling 311,808,348 shillings 8 cents in the financial year 2020-2021 to complete these projects, but was allocated Kenya shillings 198,725,949 shillings for the projects. This will cause a deficit of Kenya shillings 113,082,319 shillings to be budgeted for the financial year 2021-2022. Number 2, that some of the projects have stalled for a long time, and at the time of the committee's site visit, there were no contractors on site. These stalled projects include 1. Office Block 12, Story 1, which stood at the 5th floor. 2. Office Block 12, Story 2, which stood at the foundation level. 3. Commercial development, that is a mixed use, which stood at 10%. 4. Community Recreation Center, which stalled at the substructure level. Number 3 of the committee observations, Mr. Speaker, the department is in the process of terminating a contract for the commercial development, mixed use, that is, which stalled at 10%. The committee was informed that the contractor abandoned the site. The committee noted that the contractor had not been paid any certificate for works done. 4. Most of the projects have a completion date of October 2020. Due to financial constraints experienced in the county after the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the projects are not yet complete as per the expected dates. 5 of committee observations. Mr. Speaker, the total contract sum for all the projects is Kenya shillings 1,588,950,458 shillings 64 cents. Number 6, the contracts were awarded mainly to a few contractors. For instance, one contractor being awarded 4 projects out of the 17 projects. Number 7, the Machakos conference facility has been well done, and if properly utilized, it can generate a lot of revenue to the county government. Committee recommendations, Mr. Speaker, that is 5-0. The committee makes the following recommendations. Number 1, the Department of Public Works should ensure that the Kenya shillings 198,725,949 shillings be allocated to the 18 projects in the financial year 2020-2021 is utilized for the purpose without reallocation. 2, the department should ensure the deficit of Kenya shillings 113,082,399 shillings for these projects is factored for in the financial year 2021-2022 budget. 3, the budget should in the future ensure that they plan for projects that can be completed within one financial year. This will do away with projects that run for more than 1 year. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, on the recommendations, the department should fast track termination of contracts of the projects that have stalled and reissue the contracts to other contractors according to the law. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, number 5, the department should also ensure that when awarding contracts, awards are to contractors who have the capacity to deliver. The department should also ensure that the same contractor is not awarded most of the contracts at a given time and period. 6.0, conclusion and acknowledgement. Honorable Speaker, the committee is grateful to the Office of the Speaker and that of the Clerk of the County Assembly for the support accorded during the committee sittings. I wish to express my appreciation to the honorable members of the committee who sacrificed their time to participate in the committee activities and preparation of this report. Honorable Speaker, it is therefore my privilege and duty on behalf of the Transport, Roads and Public Works Committee to table this report on the floor of this Honorable House for consideration and approval. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Cosmas Masesi, for the report, which you have well read. Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House discusses and approves the Transport, Roads and Public Works Committee report on the ongoing construction of county government buildings. You may comment on the report. Honorable Moses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for granting me the opportunity. I'm Moses Mita, representing Kangundo Central Ward residents. Honorable Speaker, mine is first to appreciate Honorable Cosmas Masesi for duly playing the task which has been bestowed to him by the Chairman, Transport Committee. I also want to applaud the committee for a very elaborative report which you have brought to this House, Honorable Speaker. It's a lengthy one, and I must admit that my colleague must have been fully prepared for going through the report. Honorable Speaker, the recommendations are clear, the findings are clear, and what I can urge maybe the department and the finance department is to ensure that the remaining months for this government, we embark and have these projects, the ones which are not yet complete, to be completed, so that we would be proud to be associated with the developments which happened during our tenure. And Honorable Speaker, it would also mean that the resources have been utilized as per the planned way, so that, Honorable Speaker, the projects may serve the purpose which had been intended. So, Honorable Speaker, I support and I thank the committee for the good work they have done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Alex Amito.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm Alex Kamitu, MC Talaod and leader of minority in this house. Honorable Speaker, going through this report, it's a clear indication that the committee really did a well done job. And in the report, that is from page 8, it is clearly indicated the intention and the use and the benefits of the buildings as per the committee report. Again, Honorable Speaker, you have also heard from Honorable Majority Whip, Honorable Moses, and I support that the task now of the committee is to ensure that the stalled buildings are completed so that the intended use and benefit that is going to give to Machakos people are completed. So, Honorable Speaker, I stand to support this report and also ensure the awarding department should also, as per the recommendation, should ensure that contractors should also be given few assignments so that they may finish the work they have been accorded for. So I stand to support this report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. May the mover of the report respond, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to appreciate contributions by the members. And Mr. Speaker, it's a wide project. And as per the report, I want to assure members that the total sum of the projects was 1.5 billion. And my urge to the county executive is that when we are budgeting for the county projects, let the executive budget also for the ward projects. At least, Mr. Speaker, whereby members will have something at their wards ongoing. Mr. Speaker, again, which is very key, is that when we are awarding projects to contractors, number 5, Mr. Speaker, is very strong. We need to look for the prior achievements of these contractors to avoid termination of these projects, Mr. Speaker, at some stages, whereby we alter the scope of these projects and thus also the timelines we can't make to achieve them. Mr. Speaker, we've got like 4 projects which have stalled, and so we are asking the executive to move in speed, terminate these contracts, and award new to make sure that, Mr. Speaker, since there are projections and budgets for this financial year 2021-2020, Mr. Speaker, let those monies not be diverted. Let us complete the good dream. And Mr. Speaker, I wish that at one given time, we could be around when we have this city within us in Machakos County. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, these are big brains which were at work to have these projects kicked and they are ongoing. Most of the projects, Mr. Speaker, as per the report, are at above 80%, which is not very bad. Thus, Mr. Speaker, we urge the Department of Transport to stay on toes to the contractors on site. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House discusses and approves the Transport, Roads and Public Works Committee report on the ongoing construction of the county government buildings. As many as other opinions say ayes. Ayes. As many as the contrary opinions say nay, the ayes have it. Honorable members, the House stands adjourned to Tuesday, the 17th day of November, 2020 at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.